What up? We'd like to welcome everybody to another episode, Heavy Conversations Podcast. I'm your host, Poe Pesci.
Hazy Hayes.
Tater Chip G. Nephew.
Rob Moore.
Okay. How everybody doing? Topic of the day, accountability. You know, yeah, that's when we're going to get into that.
Hey man, before we even get into the topic of the day, shout out to Heavy Drinks, man. All natural. These shits be rocking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. No quench your thirst.
Okay.
Yeah, right into the topic.
Accountability, that's a heavy one, I believe, you know what I'm saying? In my perspective, I believe accountability comes with time, like, it comes with maturity. Like, nobody just able to accept their own accountability just out the gate, you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like when we kids, like, we might break something in the house, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Mom come home, who don't, not me, you know what I mean? Like,
not me.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we ain't trying to take the accountability of that, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
keep it a buck with you. I don't think nobody should ever take accountability.
yeah, absolutely not.
You always go past that.
Absolutely not, man. But, you know, I believe accountability comes with time, you know what I mean? Like, I'm able to accept accountability right now for, like past relationships and stuff like that, like when I was in my teens and my 20s. You know what I mean? I could do it now, but back then I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
When do you think is an appropriate age for people to start being more accountable for their actions?
For their actions? Well, I don't even think it's like an age. It comes at, I believe accountability comes at a certain state in your life. You know what I mean? It ain't even about a certain age.
Maturity.
A better question.
Maturity.
Do y'all think it's more common or less common for people, well, the youth right now, to take accountability for their actions? Because I personally feel like it was more, like, people were more accountable prior to my generation.
Yeah. I believe that's so, but I won't even say it to that extent because some people were just like, nah, this ain't me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's them. You feel me? Like, so like like I said, it come with a certain part in time of your life. I mean, it ain't an age. It comes with, I'm ready to accept it. You know what I'm saying? It comes with acceptance. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to accept the accountability that in my past relationships, I wasn't empathetic to my partner's feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I grew up in the era where though you had to be hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? You show any type of, sympathy, whatever, it was considered weakness. So, you know what I mean? All that, crying, complaining. You know what I mean? I turned straight into a op to my woman. I don't want to hear that. Ooh, wah, wah, wah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So, but I came up in an era where though you had to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Now I try my best to be real empathetic to my wife now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it came with time. You know what I'm saying? I had to work on this myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, being accepting accountability is like, is being selfless. You know what I mean? Maturity. You got to be willing to understand the other person's point of view as well as their feelings at the same time. You know what I mean? It ain't all, and knowing that it ain't all about you.
Yeah, not everybody can do it either.
So what if you so stubborn that you can't take accountability?
Oh, yes. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there stubborn that won't take accountability for nothing.
I used to be like that.
Or anything.
It's a lot of people.
It do be mainly dudes though. We be not that. Yeah, that stubbornness will stop us from being accountable for our actions.
For real.
Like, we'll know we doing some bullshit, and then to sit there and still go through it just because we know, hey, I'm mad as hell right now, and I don't really care for if I'm wrong or if I'm right. I care more for if it make me feel like I'm good right now. Like, I'm gonna protect my ego in the moment. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
You would be in the wrong and still don't take accountability.
And still take accountability. Dead wrong, but like, yeah, we gonna get to that later. Know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what I used to do, right? I do some stupid shit, right? And I know I'm wrong. But in my head, what I used to do, I used to make up a reason why I was right.
and then go with it.
And then
that
Whatever your mind
becomes
tells you.
solid
Fuck,
truth.
it's fuck you from there. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I believe like people still deal with like ego, even when you do take accountability for what you did to in certain situations. Like I'm saying, me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still not kissing ass. Yeah, I accepted accountability for me. You know what I'm saying? Not for the other person. I accept accountability for me to be able to move on and not dawn on that. You know what I'm saying? Certain, thing at that moment. That certain event. You know what I mean? If that make any sense, like I accept accountability for me, not the other person to make them feel good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I still stand on what I stand on. I'm like, yeah, like I acted out due to what you the energy you put out. You feel me? But I'm accept accountability of the part I played in it.
Yeah, us man, we need to take more accountability for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm still not taking accountability for nothing. That's serious. Like I ain't get to that point. I'm stubborn as fuck, bro.
You know what I
Come with growth.
I feel like
Come with growth, man.
I'm always right.
Hey, man.
That's how I feel.
I'm saying, like, you ain't wrong for feeling that way.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to stand on your principles.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold you. Your principles is something that will make you right or wrong, though.
Yeah,
If for me, right, like say I don't tolerate something like cheating, but in your relationship, y'all cheat on each other back and forth, so y'all argue about this all the time. And say this happens to me now, and I'm crossing lines, dotting T's, saying shit that I don't mean, and it ends up being something that's overboard. But at the end of the day, you broke one of my major principles.
yeah.
So whatever comes out at that point, I'm right, and this is just the consequences of your actions at this point.
But do you also understand that your principles might not be somebody else's principles?
Yes, but when you're in a relationship with somebody, you gotta understand each other's principles.
Yeah,
Y'all
absolutely.
don't have a common ground for those principles, and they just choose to violate your principles whenever they feel like it. I don't think you should be in a relationship in the first place.
And accountability plays a big part with a relationship with your girlfriend, your spouse, whatever. Because
Shit, even your parents and your peers.
yeah, absolutely.
Especially your peers. Actually, I want to get more into that.
Holding accountability with your peers is probably more important than anything else. Because that'll just teach you in day-to-day practice how to be more accountable on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, like
Yeah.
overall, you just building that capability of being an upfront or more modest person. It just pay off in the long run. Like, I think personally between friends, that's where people hold the least accountability. In relationships, they're gonna try to hold as much as possible. With your parents, I don't know. I don't feel like people really see eye to eye with their parents all the time. But once your parents start taking accountability, that's another thing. But primarily, I think accountability between peers is just non-existent. Like people think they can just get over their friends and then they friends, so it don't matter. Like y'all supposed to be boys, so you can just look past it. But a lot of the time, that shit fucks up friendships or it fucks up trust, and that's where a lot of miscommunication comes in with people or lost friendships over shit that really ain't that difficult to understand. It's just a little bit of accountability.
Absolutely. Like, accountability with your relationship with your family members too. Like I accept accountability and telling people I know. As I sit back and look back, I was a complete douchebag back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I took the time and really sat down, like, and thought about how much of a douchebag I was when it came to, like, family and all like that. And I'm like, yo, and I could completely understand if it's still a perceived thought in the back of their mind of, like, this motherfucker's, still on that bullshit, he's still the same, but, like, I can't hold back on my life thinking about how they might feel about me because I've changed, you know what I'm saying? And I accepted the accountability of, the a-hole I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I strive just to, just to do better, just to be better, communicate better, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure my point is heard, you know what I'm saying? And make sure I receive other people's, point and opinion or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
I was an asshole outside of my house. Inside of my house, I was alright. I'm not gonna take nothing else. I'm not.
My mama's front door is where it stops. All that shit stops right there. After that,
But that comes with the era. The era is like, you know what I mean? Outside the home, you had to be thorough. You know what I'm saying? You had to be thorough. We ain't know nothing about, being, cordial or being nice. Like, you really had to walk that walk. You know what I'm saying? Because the neighborhoods was rough back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really had to knuckle up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, not being able to accept accountability at that point in time, I understand that. Like, you was always told, you were always right. You know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody bigger than you, knock them over the head with something. That's the stuff we was taught in the household. You know what I'm saying? So, our parents was accountable for how we turned out, far as how we looked at certain situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so forth and so forth.
And so forth and so forth. Yeah, it's like a domino effect.
I was just actually thinking about this the other day. How often do y'all see adult men apologize?
How often
To each other?
How often do we see adult men apologize?
Man.
I
Us as brothers, we always.
us generally we always. I mean, I just had a little, disagreement with one of my little brothers. I seen him at a party. I apologized to him and his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like that's, that's taking no slack off your name or you know what I'm saying, dumbing down your character. You feel me? Like,
a lot of people do. That's why there's a
yeah.
I really do believe that. Like, and I mean, current generation, my generation, wicked. Like, these niggas is crazy. It's all hell out here. Like, it really ain't no apologizing to another person. Like, they'll take it to the internet. That's something like.
Yeah, that's social media.
That's one of the things that I've been noticing.
And they take it to the internet and start going off, but
Yeah, and then at that point, my apology, I'm taking that shit back. I need to retract.
yeah, but apologizing don't make you soft, man. You know what I'm saying?
No. It's just,
You feel me?
People disrespectful. They like to
Yeah.
play games in a different light, but that comes with being a big person, which has nothing to do with accountability.
Ability, bigger person, yeah. Because sometimes you know what you're capable of, but you're like, I'm apologizing and keep it pushing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but the accountability is all the things that y'all just displayed. That's it. Which is, you know what I mean, being able to apologize. That's it. People have to get to that stage. Some people, they'll say, you feel me, because they ain't like, I did what I said, I did what I did. They'll say, you feel me, but then you got people, they'll say, you feel me, that once you get to this mature level of understanding, they'll say that it's alright to apologize. I wronged you. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I owe you an apology. You know what I'm saying? Rather it's on you to accept it, but I did my part. Cause you know what I mean? That's me being responsible, and accountability comes together. That's hand in hand. Responsibility, accountability. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And understanding that your actions, whatever you did on your part, that's what accountability is. Let's say, you feel me? Not with the other person. Let's say, you feel me? It's what you did. Let's say, so when you sit back and you do self-evaluation on yourself and say, damn, bro, last night I wilded out. Yeah. Like last night, literally, I wilded out. Let's say, you feel me? And I displayed a part of myself that I was disgusted about. But that's me taking accountability. You know what I'm saying? And whoever I may have offended, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And I ain't feel less than that. I'm more disgusted with myself. Let's say, you feel me, for my behaviors. Let's say, you feel me, and it wasn't like but it's still. Let's say, you feel me, because it's not my character. It's not how I carry myself. Yeah. Let's say, you feel me, but I'm human. So let's say, you feel me, I'm afforded that hiccup. Let's say, but now responsibility, accountability, I have to change that. If I don't like it, and if it was bad, let's say, and it came off fucked up, I have to change it. You can't change it for me. You could tell me about it. Let's say, you feel me, you could tell me about it, but it's on me. Let's say, you feel me, to say, yo, word up, man, hold me accountable, bro. Let's say, if I tell you I'm going to do something, bro, hold me accountable. Let's say, you feel me, if I don't come through on that shit, hold me accountable, bro. Let's say, you feel me, because I should have made the statement if I wasn't going to stand by it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about how we was raised and what's going on nowadays, it's just blatant disrespect. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So you got to know how to curve around that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's all around you. You know what I'm saying? You could go to the store, Joe could bump you. No say you feel me, and you say, damn, part self. No say he like what? I said part self, bro. Like you just dead and locked my arm. No say you feel me, like you know what I mean. Proper thing to say, excuse me. No say you feel me. A simple word like that will it squash some shit that could go and elevate into some other shit. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So when we talk about being accountable, I mean, I have been back and forth to jail, which have had an effect on my children. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So if they feel some type of way, they got a right to feel some type of way. Who the fuck am I to tell them that they don't got the right to feel that way? You know what I'm saying? It's on me to fix that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? That's what stepping up and having accountability is. Like, yo, tell me what's going on. Let me hear your pain. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see what I went wrong at. Let's see, you feel me? Now, and being able to be responsible enough to accept that shit. Because it might come out ugly.
Yeah.
Let's say you feel me, and not look at it in a disrespected manner. Let's say you feel me, but that's just how they felt. You feel what I'm saying? Who am I to tell them that they can't feel like that? Let's say you feel me? Because I thought what I was doing was right. You feel what I'm saying? But all the years I missed in between times, you feel me? When they may have needed somebody to speak to, talk to, they didn't have me. You feel what I'm saying? They gotta wait for me to call.
Parenting accountability.
You feel what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like we owe that to them children.
Parenting accountability.
Because they ain't asked to come here. So we owe that to them. Let's say you feel me? You just can't pick and choose when you want to be a parent.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying?
Hey,
and I took full accountability of the bad parenting, my display of bad parenting, you know what I'm saying? You know, all I gotta do is make efforts now. I mean, I can make efforts, you know what I'm saying, whether it's accepted or not, you know what I'm saying? You know, I can't hold no grudges, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I left my little one out here, you know, unattended, you know what I mean? You know, unsupervised, I mean, by his other parent, I mean, by his father figure, his father, not figure, father, period, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you definitely gotta accept, you know what I mean, parenting accountability, you know what I'm saying?
Parenting accountability is like, that shit changed my relationship with my mom. Like, when my mom was like, hey, I did XYZ wrong, and you was right about this, that, and the third, I was like, well, god damn.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, I couldn't even be mad at her no more. Like, bro, what the fuck am I gonna do? I thought it was beefing. Like,
Never thought you was gonna get that out.
Yeah, that's deep.
yo, you know how fucking relieving that shit feels as a kid, though? Like, that's one thing I'm gonna tell y'all, to all the parents doing this, like, that's one thing that's like, that's groundbreaking for us. Like, if y'all able to come out and just tell us y'all was wrong about something, stop fucking cooking food and then tell motherfuckers to come eat and thinking that's an apology, motherfucker. We want an actual apology. Like, that shit when it's like, oh, I made your favorite dinner. I don't give a fuck what you made. I'm hungry. That's why I'm gonna go eat. I don't want to talk to your ass. I would think we gonna be cool in the morning.
Yeah, I was gonna eat anyway.
Like, that shit I don't like. That shit we not gonna do. Y'all be blowing our shit like that, man. It really make us feel like y'all don't give a fuck about how we feel about shit.
But that shows how the growth that you said your mother displayed. I mean, because getting accountability from a woman, boy, that's like pulling teeth.
And what's up with y'all women with this accountability thing?
Oh my God.
Man, modern day is crazy. Modern day is a lot
some
different.
Responsibility.
No.
Some of y'all actions, we'll take some of them, but we need y'all to take.
Yeah, it seems like accountability is when dealing with a relationship is one sided. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a must do for the men, and it's like if I feel like it for the woman, like you know what I'm saying?
It's a men versus woman debate. We gonna lose that shit every time.
Yeah, we're gonna lose.
Primarily, all of this shit that they have to hold themselves accountable for,
Yes,
be coming from y'all niggas.
and I want to just say, any female watchers, know what I'm saying, feel free to punch in. I mean, with questions, comments or whatever. You know, we live. You know what I mean? I add you up here, join in the conversation.
Most of these female men ain't shit, so they ain't taking accountability for nothing.
And we do.
I mean,
Niggas go there ain't shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would
Fine,
the woman take accountability that she knew this nigga wasn't shit? You know what I'm saying?
Hey yo.
Because they jump out there and deal with these street dudes, knowing what they into.
Hey yo, that's crazy.
know what I'm saying? Knowingly.
That's how
Take
like when a
accountability
female
of your choices.
when they have a baby by a person now that's,
No.
That's on the streets, on the corner, like I'm
this
saying.
nigga ain't shit on social media now. This nigga
But
ain't shit.
Take accountability
Like-
that you knew that. You know what I'm saying? That's what intrigued you towards this man.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? The ain't shitness about him.
These fucking fist traps, man. Let me tell y'all. These motherfuckers only be having babies about motherfuckers